Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. Hope everybody is doing well. Over the past 2 years or so, I have reviewed quite a few Diamond Art Club diamond painting kits and accessories, but this time it's personal. When Diamond Art Club first started the idea of the twist and pick pen, they supplied pens like this one, which had a plastic tip. And they found that people were having problems with it, especially people who were hard pressers. They found that the plastic was starting to wear very quickly. So they modified that and they started putting a brass insert in the pen tips. But they also brought out a stainless steel tip, which is obviously a lot stronger. You don't have to worry about the brass cracking, which can happen over time. You don't have to worry about the actual barrel cracking because it's plastic. This is one piece of stainless steel. So this is the one that I was using, and we'll take these away. So when I was using this, I was finding that it was difficult to turn. Now, the way that I do it is basically I hold the pen tip and I twist the pen to feed the wax to the tip of the pen. But I was finding that trying to hold this little piece like that and turn this, it was very difficult. I had to really press. I was getting little indents in my finger and thumb with this ridge, and I just found it very, very difficult. So I thought about it, and then I contacted Diamond Art Club, and I said, I think it would be a good idea to make this knurled. And I thought at the time, I don't think they'll know what knurled means, because I started working in the sort of mechanical industry when I was 17, and a knurled object was pretty common. But what I did was I sent pictures of knurled bars to Diamond Art Club and said, this is what I mean. So that was fine. Then a few months later, they got back to me and they said, we've had a look at your idea, we've talked about it, and we've decided to go for it. So they released what they called the textured pen tip. And this is actually, oops, light. This is actually a knurled tip, but I think people will understand textured a lot better. So I haven't even taken it out of the package. This is the first time I've actually seen it and got my hands on it, but I want to compare it to the original stainless steel tip and see if it is easier to turn. So I'll open up. As I said, I haven't opened it. I've been sorely tempted, but I wanted to wait until I was doing the video. So we'll take it out. So this is a stainless steel replacement for the standard pen tip that comes with the Diamond Art Club pens. This. So pop it out. And this is the knurled part. You can see it's like a little crisscross pattern, a little diamond pattern. And it just means that when you try and grip it, it is a lot easier to hold than just smooth metal. At least that is the idea. And the only way to find out is to test it. So the tip doesn't come with anything. You can see there is no wax in here. So the first thing I have to do is load it. So I'm going to use some wax that I got in a different kit. This is the refill pack. So some people might be interested in this if they have never refilled the diamond painting pen tip. So take the wax out if I can. So this is the new wax. It is clear or semi-opaque. Everybody's used to pink wax, but this is a bit different. And I did actually ask Diamond Art Club about the wax as well when it came out. Asked them is it any different from the pink wax, or is it just the colour? And they told me that the formula for this wax is exactly the same as pink wax. The only difference is the colour. The reason they decided to change the colour is they thought it looked better in the pen than having pink. So that is the reason. So all I'll do is I'll take some off. I'm not exactly sure how much. It's been a while since I've filled one of these pens. But just roll it up so it'll fit inside this hole. So I'll push some in. I think it'll take a bit more than that. So I'll add some more. Maybe too much, but we can change it. So I'll just put a bit more in. Okay, that is too much. So what I'll do is I'll break it off so you can see it's full to the top. And then all it is the tip. We don't get the little plunger. So what I'll do, I think, is I'll take the plunger out of the smooth one. And clean up a bit. I think this is too much, but we'll see. So I'll push it in a bit. Then we'll screw the pen down until it hits the top of that plunger, which is probably about there. So now I'm thinking, if I hold this part, because it has this textured finish, it should be easier to hold as I turn the pen. And it is, as far as I can tell. Now I'll keep turning it until the wax comes out, so I know that the plunger is pushing the wax through. There we go. So you can see that's working. I'll try and hold it sideways so you can get a better view, and I'll turn it again, and again, and again. Now I could not do that with the smooth one, because what would happen, you think I've got enough wax? What would happen is the pen would get tight against this, and then the whole tip would spin. And because I couldn't get any grip, there was no friction, you were turning the pen, and like, I'm not squeezing against that, but if you turned the pen, it would just slide in your finger, and it would just keep turning, and you were getting nowhere. I was finding that, and as I said, I just thought, if that had a knurled tip on it, because the job that I worked in, we had a lot of small components, and a lot of them were knurled so that we could screw them in by hand. If they didn't have that knurling on them, you couldn't turn them, they were just too smooth. So yeah, to me that is a huge improvement. So that was the story behind and my first test of the new textured tip for the twist and pick pens, and I'm pleased to say it worked. As I said, I was having problems with the original stainless steel. It was just basically spinning with the pen, and I could not get a grip on it. So I contacted Diamond Art Club and I said I think a knurled finish would make a big difference. And they talked about it and decided to go for it. And thankfully it seems to have worked. I could not have done that with the older tip. It would just keep spinning. So if you have bought the new textured tip, it has been out for a little while. It just took a long time for it to get to me. I'd be really interested to hear how it went compared to the original stainless steel tip. Hopefully you found it a lot easier to use. But the other thing that I want to say is the fact that Diamond Art Club do listen to customers. If you have any suggestions, if you have something that you think, oh, if only they did this or did that, it might be better, it's definitely worth getting in touch with them and just saying to them, I'm having this issue with something, I think maybe if you did this, it might be better. They will consider it, they will talk about it, they always listen to their customers, they have fantastic customer support. I'm sure that anybody who has dealt with Diamond Art Club's support wishes that every company worked like that. They are exceptional. So yeah, thankfully they went for it, and I'm very pleased with the results. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you are interested in seeing more unboxings, unbaggings, accessories, comparisons, pretty much anything to do with diamond painting, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification button. I do have a lot of new videos coming and some quite interesting new stuff as well. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.